Hi all, back with more Fields of Fire, the Normandy campaign. This is mission 2, Cerisy Offensive. This is my part 5. Yeah, so we're still not even halfway through turn 3. And I just had to call things there earlier on. Same day here. Just went away and had something to eat, and I'm having a couple of drinks tonight, so be warned. It might get sweaty and shaky and messy and whatever. Okay, so we've done our what is it? I always get muddled up with the activation segment, and we're now on to the initiative segment. We've got one platoon, and the 2 staff get a point each. I got replies to my 2 questions that I had out there, so nice and quick deal with them. And now I can respond back to Richard. I didn't want to say anything, Richard, until I went and just asked that double-barreled question. But you are quite right. Although you didn't get the follow-up to my question because that was the way I worded it. That was my bad. Might as well talk about that one first, I suppose. And it was the one about when you get a friendly and enemy unit on the one card, one of them moves off the card, you can't follow the fire because you don't have the range. So basically you were firing on that card, and I just wanted to double check. Again, it feels like there's nothing in the rules to say that you don't stop firing. That's what Richard said. I just didn't feel sort of that comfortable about it. But Andrew came back saying, yeah, it keeps firing on the card, so good. Also, my additional part was what happens if US units move on to the card. What would happen then? He didn't so much say anything about that. He just said that. Here we go. I thought I could cope with this without actually reading his response. Basically, he said it didn't matter about any friendly units moving on the card. It's not that they would fire at them or anything like that. So he didn't say any more than that, and I was about to follow up with saying so they would still continue firing even with friendlies on. And I thought that's me just probably asking something that he's going to come back and say yes. So he didn't sort of leave it in a bit that I was needed to ask that question, to be honest. So if friendlies were to move on the card, this unit would keep on firing, and it keep on firing with whatever, we could have this small arms fire on this card for the rest of the game, I suppose. So another way of gaming the situation a little bit. Thematically, well, they've been firing at units, they're still firing, nobody's told them otherwise. I suppose they're on their own, there's nobody to tell them otherwise, they keep firing. Some other units come on, some other units move off. US units, they keep firing. I don't know. I'm not going to start. You've got to have rules and how it works. I get, and it's one of the brilliant things about this game is about though. I think if you look at some other war games and that, they'll be maybe firing on something and they'll stop firing because there's nothing there. I mean, I can't really think up examples of that, but this game is just unique. Well, is it unique? I don't know. To me, it feels like it's unique in the fact that I'll keep on firing at something and there's nobody there. Eh? So that's that situation there. So I'm not. Maybe sound like I was trying to knock it there. I'm not knocking it. I'm just trying to understand it a little bit, I suppose. Should you bother, Grant? That's the rule. It's been confirmed. It's been, that's how it works. So good. Well, it is good. I need to know. I want to know. So that's that. Yes, right. And the other one was I was asking about. The question I eventually decided to put was when you do a platoon infiltrate action, but you have a heavy weapons unit with you, an H-rated unit with you. what happens, as in, can the H-rated unit still make the move but becomes exposed, or what happens? And Andrew replied again, basically saying that it wasn't ineligible for the infiltrate action, so it would have to stay behind. Which is what the answer I expected, to be honest. But I just wanted to know, and it was a kind of double-barreled sort of question in a way. I kind of wanted to know that it was okay to make the actual action, to give the command to platoon infiltrate, knowing that one of the units couldn't do it. So, like I say, his answer was no, that would get left behind. So you could still do it, but right here, right now, 3rd Platoon HQ, if it was to make an infiltrate action, if it was eligible to do it on this card, then the mortar would be left behind, and the rest of the platoon would do it. They would draw cards for it, etc. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So where are we at? Yeah, it's funny. You've got to have a look when you come back to these some of these games to find out where you actually are and what's happened and whatever. Especially when you're having a beer. Okay, right. These are just going at 1 each, so we need to deal with 3rd Platoon HQ next. Well, we don't need to do it in that order, I don't think, but I don't think you do, actually. Oh, no, I think you actually do. I think I looked at this before, because we're in an initiative segment. So you do the CO HQ if he hadn't already activated. You would then do the platoon HQs if they had not already activated. And then you do the CO staff if they had not already activated. And they just get 1 command each. Yeah, that's right. So we do actually have to do the platoon the way it's ordered there, which is fine. So 3rd Platoon HQ, well, it's undercover. So I'm going to take that one. He's got 4 commands. He's undercover, so he's getting a small number, but he's going to get a +1 for being undercover. Okay. Ooh, that's a lot of commands. So he's got hang on, have I got that right? I'm saying it's a +1. Yeah, he's undercover, and he's line quality. Yeah, he gets a +1. Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's right. So it's 4. He's getting 4 commands to this. So he's getting 4 on top of the 4 he's already got. So that's a lot of commands. He's got 8. Remember, he can only spend 6 of them. Right, well, we better do something with that then. What's across here? It's a litter team, isn't it? This is about to go away. That's about to go away. Just wondering about... well, here we go. Well, you could give a separate order. I'm just saying I could platoon infiltrate onto this card. But this is... the question is just asked. But as long as I've got the ability... we've just got 8 commands there. So as long as I'm willing to spend 1 more command, what I do is send the mortar team, just give it a move command forward, and then infiltrate with the rest of them. That is a litter team, so we could try and do something with that, to be honest. We've got 1 Shree platoon that's across here though. We've just moved on to 1 potential contact this turn up to now. What are we on turn 3? Probably going to be looking at engaged. So that's a 3. That's only a 3 card draw on the bees. I think we should push. I think we should try and get either this one or this one as well. When's that go away? No, not till because he's going to leave his cover behind, isn't he? But yeah, that's going to be... we're going to have to move on there first. Right. I think what the better plan might be is to platoon move this up. Platoon infiltrate. Well, bring the mortar up first, then platoon infiltrate up to here. And again, the fact we've got 8 commands, and then split one of these other platoons into an assault team. Yeah, this is going to have to remove it. It's pinned. Split one of these teams, either that or be able to rally that back to an assault team and then move it forward. Something like that. The other thing could be to put stuff in here, because this is only getting small arms fire on it. And if we were to move the platoon up to here, we would then be able to fire a mortar at that and get a heavy weapons action going. So there's that. I think, I don't know. I think I prefer the first option there. And we'll just hold off on that. We still have small arms going into that. We might be able to grab a general initiative to concentrate fire. Well, here's a thought. When I said we platoon infiltrate up to here, but before we do that, we cause the mortar will get left behind. We move. No. The mortar becomes exposed, Grant. That I was thinking, let's move the mortar to here so that it's firing heavy weapons in there, but no. Well, to be honest, you could still do that. Because wherever you move the mortar, it's going to be exposed. You know, whenever it moves, it's exposed. So if you move it to here and it's exposed, when it becomes unexposed, if this unit's still here, it starts firing that. So that's not awful. There is the risk again. This guy could shift fire, because when this guy goes away, he's going to... And my take on this guy goes away at the very beginning of the enemy activity phase. But you know what? That might be wrong. Maybe the fact we've got 1, 2... We've only got 2 enemies. That's not 1 as well. Yeah, isn't it? We've got 3 enemy contacts there. And you know what I'm saying? That it says this goes away in the enemy activity. And it doesn't say the beginning of it. I don't think it does. I know where to look for that. It's in rule section 8 somewhere. Yeah. Remove good order spotters who have expended all their available fire missions in the next enemy activity phase. Because that could be relevant there, guys. You can see, I think, because, but maybe you're going to tell me, well, I should randomise between that, and that to see which carries out their enemy activity first. You know what? That's not a bad answer, isn't it? Because, yeah. Because if this goes away first, before he does something, and then he switches fire, then he can switch fire onto this card. And I say this card because, I mean, if I move my mortar up there, it's going to be affected. If he has his enemy activity check before this guy, then he cannot fire on this card because of that situation there. Okay. I guess if... yeah, there's no point in me putting that question there, because what you're going to tell me is we should randomise between the 3 to find out who acts first. I never thought about that, actually. And that makes complete sense. I don't think I've probably been in a position where it mattered if this went away first or not, but you can see right here, I think, it does kind of matter. Okay. Right, I was away in someone else there, wasn't I? So I've got 8 actions, 8 commands, sorry. 8 commands, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Yeah. I'm going to spend one command down to 7. And we're going to come out of this cover. Well, we're all coming out of this cover anyway. To move the mortar section up into the hedgerow bocage. And he will become exposed. So he isn't able to fire while he's exposed. Okay? And then I'm going to spend... Yeah, I'm going to spend 2 commands now to platoon infiltrate. Attempt to platoon infiltrate onto this card, closest to the incoming marker. So going to do these one at a time. This water team's pinned down the corner here. So we're going to start 3rd platoon. The HQ as line quality, so he gets to draw 2 cards. Looking for infiltrate. That's a no, and that's a no. Yeah, I shouldn't move him first, should I? Because if I wanted to exhort any of them, I don't know. Actually, you might be saying that would be okay. You know, if I wanted to exhort that 3rd platoon HQ, I think I could do. But if I moved any of the other ones now, because the platoon HQ's up here, does that mean I can't exhort? I'll leave that one there as well. I don't think I'm going to bother anyway. Well, what we were talking about, pushing something up to there. Yeah, I think we can. I think it's fine. So that's going to be the exposed bunch of the infiltrate. So next one's going to be the 2nd squad. Now that's from 3rd platoon. So yeah, I think he is. Sorry, let's move that. That's exposed, right? This is the one we're putting on just now. As long as you know what you're doing, Grant. 2nd squad of 3rd platoon, I think that's veteran. It is. Yeah, it's only 2nd platoon that doesn't have a veteran squad. 1st and 3rd, the 2nd squads of each have a veteran squad. So he gets to draw 3 cards. Looking to infiltrate. No. Yes. So he succeeds. Okay. So I'll put him just above him to say that he's not going to be exposed. Then we've got 3-3 platoon squad, which is line. 2 cards. No. So he's going to be exposed as well beside the platoon HQ. And then finally which is a bazooka. And they're all veterans, so he gets a 3 card attempt at it. That's a no. That's a no. And that's a no. Hey, yuck. Right, not very good again, the infiltrate. So we'll only managed to get the 1 squad, but that's maybe not that relevant there. So, yeah, well, he was part of the exposed bunch as well. So let me tidy things up there. Okay, so we've got the platoon HQ, 3rd squad, 3-3 platoon it is, and bazooka. They're exposed on the card, 2-3 squad. It's fine. And then this was already on the card. A water team. So I've got 5 commands left. Right, can we attempt to do something with that water team then? There's a VOF on the card. So the good bit about us trying to infiltrate there, now when we try to rally this, we're going to have to draw cards for it, aren't we? Well, hold on. I want to send an assault team forward. Is that's a litter team though? Can we not? No, I think it's a litter team to a fire team, then a fire team to an assault team, isn't it? Litter team to fire team. And it'd be a 2-card draw. This is based on... Oh no, hang on. He's pinned first. He's pinned. So attempt to remove a pin marker and that's the originator experience. Yeah, so it'd be the line quality 3rd Platoon HQ to do it, so that would be a 2-card draw. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to have to split one of these squads to send the assault team forward, I think. Oh, hang on. Well, no, we can still do that. We've done an infiltrate onto the card. So this infiltrated onto this card, but it can still move, or once we break a team off. Well, is that not more important than fixing that unit? I think so. I thought at first we might be able to get this to an assault team and push it forward, but that's going to be 1 to remove the pin, 1 to turn it into a fire team, 1 to turn it into an assault team, and then 1 to move it forward. Okay, we've got 5 commands left, but is that not a bit extreme? Whereas we could just do, well, I don't know. Nah, that does seem a bit extreme. I think I could probably save commands. So let me detach a team, assault team from this. Oh, that's a rifle grenade. I thought that was the one with the smoke, maybe. Well, I can't do it from this one because it's exposed. And my guess is if I detach a team from that, the detached team is going to be exposed as well. Whereas this one's not. So that's fine. It feels fine. So I'm going to spend 1 command to detach a team from 2-3 platoon squad, and get an assault team, right? And then we're then going to order that assault team as a move forward. So although he's broke from somebody that's infiltrated forward, he's now moving forward. I'm not sure if that would... If I was trying to infiltrate again forward with that assault team, would that not be allowed? It's a separate kind of... It's a broken off part of the squad, though. I understand I couldn't infiltrate with that squad again, but how about that? I'll leave that one there again. Whether any of these get answered or not, or responded to, at least I'm chucking them out there. I'm not... Just things I'm thinking about and wondering, and there's that much in this game that gets you going that way. So that's assault team. Now, did I spend the point for that? I was on... here we go. Started with 4. Did I start with 4? Did I not get 4? What have I drawn? Infiltrate cards. I'm never going to find this. I want to say I think I had 8. Did I have 8 with this guy? Was it this guy I had 6? I think I had 8. And I moved the mortar team forward. That's 7. Then I platoon infiltrate, that's 5. Then I detach a team, yeah. And now I'm moving the team forward. I think that's right. Do you not want to check that just in case, Grant? That's annoying though, because I've got to stop the video and then I lose track of time and whatever. Hang on. Yeah, because I remember saying I had 5 commands and I was talking about, yeah, I think I can avoid having to look back here. So I had 5 commands. I was talking about unpinning this guy, that was 1. Then turning him into a fire team, that was 2. Then turning him into an assault team, that was 3. Then pushing him forward, that was 4. And it was going to leave me with 1 command. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So I was on 5. And then I detached the team down to 4. Then I moved the team down to 3. Yeah. Pretty sure that's good. Okay, we've got 3 left then. Is there anything else? Yeah, well, maybe... well, the thing is, the income is coming off, the pin's coming off. Oops, sorry. pin's going to come off, isn't it? Because remove existing incoming comes before the pin recovery segment. So you're kind of wasting a command, but the thing is, well, yeah, then you've got to roll for it as well. Well, I've got to draw for cards for it. I should just leave it till next turn. I've got three commands saved. Just use the commands next turn when this is unpinned, when this is away, and then it's an automatic rally. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to save the other 3. Oops. So that was third platoon. He's got 3 commands saved. So just having a glance at our CO staff. XO's here. First Sergeant is here with his 50 cal machine gun. He's going to put that to good use. Well, what have they got each? They've only got... Yeah, they've not got an awful lot of commands. And the COHQ is still back here anyway, so should they not just save that and... Yeah, I don't know. Thing is, you move it up, at least it's getting an exposed part out the way and then you're ready for the next move, that's the thing. Well, like I already talked about, I think we are going to randomise between these to decide which takes that activity first. So there is a possibility as him shifting fire onto that card, I think. So I'm not sure what I use. Put my 50 cal machine gun to there. I think it's probably safer in here. Yeah, I should really move them up, because in actual fact I might want to maybe activate one of them next turn, because look, our platoons have all got nicely 3, 3 and 2 commands saved. So I'm gonna get my one from my XO and I'm gonna move the XO, I think. Well, let's just move the XO up there. That's fine. And exposed. That costs 1, and he will save the other 1. And then the first sergeant, I'll not come back here, but he's got 3 commands. So he's going to send the machine gun up to there, and then he's going to come up there himself. That's 2 separate commands. And they're both going to be exposed. The only thing about that, when the exposed marker comes off, I mean, that's a good bit down the line. What is this again? It's a 3-stepper, isn't it? He's gonna open fire on this. That is next turn though, Grant. So yeah. Well, hold on. No, because I put the mortar across here to achieve that goal there. So yeah, I'll just leave it there. So that cost me 2 commands, so the first sergeant has 1 left and he saves just the 1. Okay. Right, that's all our activity and activation and initiative. Well, apart from the general initiative. And did I have plans for that? Did I not speak about something? This guy could look for cover. He's undercover, isn't he? Yeah. Concentrate fire on this, maybe. Has anything changed before we move on to that next step with our moves? This moved up here. These are firing at each other. At the moment, he's able to fire out the card because that's not went off yet. We've got automatic weapons from here and here. So spending a wasteful ammunition, I suppose. Got a crossfire, that's fine. This guy's firing into here with small arms. He can't fall. He can't attack back because he's an assault team. This is firing into there. That's not triggered yet, and this is moved up. This is an assault team as well, so can't be involved. Incoming on this card's going to go away. This guy's not spotted anyway, but we can't see out that card just now. Yeah. I think it's all good. But I've said that before. Right, so general initiative, what did I say? Yeah, a 2 would be good. So unmodified small number, what about a 3 grant? A 3 would be even better. We can maybe concentrate fire twice. So that guy doesn't spend ammunition. That's a good thing about that one. So seek cover here, I think, and then maybe concentrate fire. Well, other options, yeah, but we've got pendant fire on. We've got a fire mission coming in here. I was going to say we could fire bazooka or something like that, but no. Is there anybody else maybe to seek cover? No, I don't think so. Because that guy, these are our 2 that have got potential contacts. He's undercover, and we're about to seek cover for him. Right, so let's do that. He is wine quality, so it's a 4 card draw. That does get modified, doesn't it? The seat cover? Pretty sure it does. Yeah, it's a number on the card, and then plus or minus experience. So 4 card draw, looking for the word cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. No. Oh, just. Okay, yes. We get, it's just +1 in it. Yeah. So +1 cover, and I'll put the exposed marker on top. I like that much better now. Because you think it's worse than what it is when you find underneath. And it's not been the first time I've left an exposed marker on because it's been under a cover marker. So, right. So, oops, sorry. Right, I'm not that bad yet. When I said I'm having a drink, it's not really quite that bad. That was my first general initiative. So I've got 2 to go. Yeah, so concentrate fire, right, we said that. Do we just want to try that twice then? Is there anything else? It's an assault team, he can't do nothing. Yeah, because they've both got cover, these guys. We can't do any more. And there's no real point in doing any more of this, I don't think. We've got a successful fire mission. Yeah, okay, so we're going to attempt concentrate fire from this squad to this squad. I'm pretty sure we've looked at this one before. Let's have another wee look though. Right, so attempt to concentrate fire, cost me 1. It's 2 plus or minus the quality. Oh yeah, that's a point. That's 1-3 platoon though. You see, that's where you should start. Yeah, I sent that platoon forward. They should send the other one forward, the veteran one, maybe. Well, it's easy to say that. 2-3 platoon squad is veteran, that's the thing. We'd have got an extra card draw. But anyway, NHQ or staff. Well, hang on, this is general initiative, so that doesn't count, and there's no reference here to say that it needs to be them. Any good order. S, that's as far as I need to go. Projecting a VOF with spotted enemy units. Right. Select either a stack of units on the cover or 1 random. It's just 1 unit on the card. There's no draw action cards. Yeah. And if it tracks ammo, expend 2 instead of 1. Okay. So it's going to cost me 1 to do this. 1 general initiative command. We are going to get 2 cards. We are wine quality, looking for crosshairs. Here we go. That'll do. Okay, so we get 1 concentrate fire. So that goes... Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to put on at the side arm there. Now, we've got 1 more, and the fact he doesn't track ammo, and, well, the main fact that we've not really... Well, hang on here, Grant. Hang on here. Why not? We've got a result there. Why not bring our HQ up? Yeah? Because he did only save 1 command. I think that's a good move. So we'll spend our last general initiative to bring our HQ up into the gully draw. The gully draw, I mean, he could go across there undercover and start hiding. That's silly. It's just that, yeah, I don't think he would go undercover, whatever I decide. He's not going to be able to communicate with first platoon because they went under the strong building. He will be able to communicate with second, but that's if he goes in the gully draw. If I go to the hedgerow bocage, I could then communicate with third. And how are they all doing up there? Second, well, first has got 3, third has got 3, second has only got 2 saved commands, so kind of suggests that we would want to... Well, not only that, I think the XO's there. He is. And the first sergeant's there. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to... Yeah, that was silly. I should have left the first sergeant. Because I'm forgetting he's not got a radio. Right, COHQ's going up into the gully draw, marked exposed. That was our last general initiative. 36 minutes in, okay. Right, we can push on. Yeah, we should be able to get right through this turn, I think, now. Well, fingers crossed. Right, over to the enemy. Oh, wait. Right, just as well, stop myself there. It was turn 2 that we got the counter-attack, right? And just as well. What I wanted to check something with that. I forgot all about that. The thing is, yeah, I'm needing to look at the old rule book for this. Yeah, that was it. No, it's here. It's maybe open at the right bit. Still got it open. I have, yeah. Because I don't think there's any mention at all of it, and because Andrew did say that it's in the mission booklet, and obviously I've not got access to that yet. So 9.1.4 counter-attack. This is in the old rule book, 2nd edition rules. Some offensive mission call for a counter-attack on a particular turn or as a result of an enemy higher HQ event. Right, it's not a particular turn, but as an enemy higher HQ event. That's what we're doing. During a counter-attack turn, place a PC marker of the type indicating the mission instructions on every US occupied card. Right, I must just tell you that in the thing, does it? Yes, it does. And in the event, you can just see it there. It says place a random PC marker on every US occupied card. So that's what we had done, and we resolved all that in the last turn. That was in turn 2. I just want to make sure. This may take place over a number of turns as specified in the event. Yeah, I thought I read it in the event. See, when I've done this before, does it tell... Oh, hang on. Is that one that's got something at the beginning of the book, maybe? No. Right, where am I getting that it takes 3 turns? Is it just in here that tells you about the 3 turns? Yeah, I think it must be. There's nothing in the mission booklet that talks about it, so... Yeah, it must just be this that I'm getting it from. Of course, I would have read this before in the rules, but like Andrew says, it's buried here in Rule 9.1.4, telling you about... I mean, okay, that's... I remember if I look around here... Well, no, it doesn't, actually. thinking of something else here. I mean, the rule is 9, the enemy, potential contact and whatever. And then you've got this in 9.1.4 telling you about what counterattacks. And I don't think there's any other mention of that. And that's why, obviously, they realised that needed to be moved from there. So carrying on, anyway. This may take place over a number of turns as specified in the event. Some missions may have a different set of enemy force packages just for counterattacks. We've got that. The sequence of play for the mission is still that of an offensive mission, but the activity checks are made with assault tactics for the next 3 turns or until the mission ends, whichever comes first. Yeah, I mean, that's like crazy. It puts... That's... How are you going to get that? Eh? So it says... This is what I was getting at, because turn 2 when this happened... Oh, don't tell me. No, that's after the event, isn't it? It's after. Aye. Yeah, because this was... No, it's not. No, it's not, Grant. Oh, for goodness sake. Ah, I botched this right up, haven't I? How could you have done that? I even talked about it, I read it out and whatever. It's funny, I was thinking about it at work today, thinking, right, it needs to be 3 turns, it's only 3 turns that this happens for. I'm going to have to rewind this. Which is going to be a nightmare. Well, that's been a right dampener on the end of the night. I talked about it when I read it, didn't I? Well, whether you're going to get to see any of the video footage of me faffing about with this. Hang on. No, you're okay. And I thought, honestly, this was all going through my head at work, I think. I don't know why I didn't click there. Maybe it is. Maybe the drink is having an effect now. Because I thought to myself, oh, I should have been using the offensive tactics with the enemy activity. And then I says, right, when does that happen? And I'm like, does it come in? And I was like, no, it happens after the enemy higher HQ event. Wait, hang on. It happens here. There's the enemy higher HQ event. So we draw a counter attack, and then we've got that. And I've done exactly the same reaction when I was today at work, and I was thinking, oh no, I've not done that then, because I should have been using that, because we never used it. But then I remembered all the contacts don't come in until down here, and we had no enemies on the map. I want to say we had none. That might be worth a look, just to be sure. I don't think there was any enemies on the map, so these all these enemies came in on this part. They didn't arrive in here, so we weren't able to activity check them. So this is now the first time we're going to be able to do that. Although I've not checked for the HQ event yet, but I was just like, yeah, I thought I'd really messed up there. Right, we're okay. Although I do want to just double check that there was no enemies there, because they would adhere to the the assault tactics. I don't think there was, though, because that's the thing, I was switched on to it, and I just I thought there I'd blundered it again. Right, give me a sec. Right, okay, I'm okay. The only thing we had was an artillery forward observer, but they've got special rules. I think I remember saying that they don't look at that chart anyway. Where is it? That's defensive. Where's the offensive? Yeah, the assault one. Yeah, I mean, it's this that they're going to follow. So yeah, I remember looking and thinking, well, they can't go by this anyway, because they've got their special rules. Same if it being a sniper or anything like that. That wouldn't look at that either. So yeah, just double checking. So it says 3 turns. So the sequence of play for the mission is still that of an offensive mission, but the activity checks are made with assault tactics for the next 3 turns, or until the mission ends. For the next 3 turns, when... See, that's... Well, hang on here. Yeah, no. They're going to have spent a turn, because that happened there. And this is the first of the 3 turns enemy activity checks. Yeah. So that counts. But bear in mind, there could have been like multiple enemies out here before all these potential contacts then spawned all these new enemies. So at that time, they would have acted with the aggressive, assault tactics. So that's what I was wanting to check, because that was the first of the 3 turns, right? This is the second of the 3 turns. And the enemy activity check on turn 4 is going to be the 3rd. So that's our counterattack set up there. I'll leave the 3 cubes there. Yeah, I was going to take the 1 away, but I'll not. I'll leave them there. So we've had one already. And that's how I see that. Because the higher HQ event comes before the enemy activity check. And although all these... then again, that... Maybe it's not meant to be that way. Maybe it's meant to be that the first 3 full turns. Could be, yeah. The activity checks are made with assault tactics for the next 3 turns. Yeah, you could read it either way, couldn't you? You could read it as the first activity, that's 1 activity check, 2, 3, or you could read it as the next turn, 3, 4, and then 5, couldn't you? It feels like the way I initially thought is right, but. Let me go and see if I can find something. Right, okay, turns out that required another question. There's lots of stuff out there about counterattacks. It might be there. I wouldn't surprise me if somebody has asked. I think it's still worth a question. I don't know. You can... I think it's difficult. And sorry, Andrew, I know you're getting all these bombarded questions at you. There's that many different questions on BGG about this. This doesn't help me doing the same again. With this one, I've not got all the new information in front of me about counterattacks, so maybe it's clearer in the new mission book about this. It could be just, I mean, it's one of the ones I can read in 2 different ways again, you know. When do you start checking the 3 activity checks? Because this is a counterattack. Maybe it's got to be once all the PC counters, potential contact markers have been resolved. So it could start from the next turn. You know, I don't think so. I think I've got it right here, but I still think it was worth a question. But well, maybe not. Right, let's move on. Because that's 49 minutes. Really? So should I just cut this apart? Maybe. I maybe should. It's quite a good time. You know what? I've got a little more time as well to do one more part. I wasn't sure if I did, but if I cut this now, I probably could tonight. So we're on the enemy higher HQ event segment. Then we're going to go into the enemy activity check, and we're going to check the enemy with that enemy offensive check hierarchy under what is it, assault. So which might be a bit more interesting, well, than we've previously seen, is what I mean. Yeah, I think I'll do that. It's at 50 minutes. Yeah, sorry. That was, well, not that you were seeing it, I just felt like I was on pause there for about 15 minutes, trying to sort of find something and then eventually posting a question. So, okay, I'll be coming straight back, but I'll just copy this part across and we'll get back shortly with, I think this was part 5, wasn't it? So, part 6 coming soon. Okay, cheers.